Good morning, everybody. This morning, I wanted to talk to you about something that's been on my mind for quite a while: retirement. Now, if you're in your 20s or 30s, this probably isn't for you. But if you're someone around my age or maybe in your 50s, I think you'll understand exactly where I'm coming from. I'm 63 years old. I still work full time. And over the years, I've thought about retirement hundreds of times. You know how it goes. I need to look into that. I need to get organized. I need to figure out Social Security. I need to see where I really stand. Then another month goes by, another year goes by, and somehow you never quite get around to it. That's been me. I've got retirement accounts. I've got statements. I've got paperwork in drawers and folders. But if you ask me today to sit down and tell you exactly what retirement is going to look like, I honestly couldn't do it. And I finally asked myself, why? Why have I put this off? Part of it's life, working, paying bills, taking care of everything that comes along. But if I'm really honest, I think part of it is fear. Not fear of retirement itself, fear of finally finding out the truth. Maybe I've done okay. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I should have started sooner. Maybe everything's going to be just fine. The point is, I don't know. And I've decided I didn't want to spend the next few years wondering. I want facts. I want to understand where I stand. I want to know what questions I should be asking. I want to understand Social Security. I want to understand Medicare. I want to understand how all the pieces fit together. So I decided, why don't I take you along? Now, let me tell you something right up front. This is not going to be a financial advice channel. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not going to tell you what stocks to buy. I'm not going to tell you how much money you're going to need. I'm not even going to show my balances. Some things are private. But what I will show you is the journey. Gathering documents, figuring out what paperwork I actually need, meeting with an advisor, learning what questions I should have been asking years ago. I'm going to make mistakes, hopefully avoiding some expensive ones, and just documenting the process as honestly as I can. As I've been thinking about this, I've realized people seem to approach retirement completely different. Some people had this figured out when they were 30 years old. They've got spreadsheets, binders, a plan. They probably know the exact date they're walking out the door. I admire those people. I wasn't one of them. Then there are people who didn't really start thinking about retirement until their 50s or 60s. Life just kept getting in the way. Kids, jobs, house payments. Next thing you know, retirement isn't 20 years away anymore. It's right around the corner. Then there are people who don't think they'll ever retire. Maybe because they enjoy working, maybe because they don't think they can afford to stop. I've known people in both situations, as I'm sure you have. And then there are people who simply say, when I hit retirement age, I'll retire. No big plan, no worrying. They'll figure it out when they get there. And finally, I think there's one more group, people like me, and I think there's a lot of you. People who've saved, people who've tried to do the right things, but who've never had the courage to put every piece of paper on the table and see the whole picture. That's where I am today. And that's what this series is going to be about. Maybe I'll discover I'm in better shape than I thought. Maybe I'll discover I need to make changes. I honestly have no idea. but I think there are probably thousands of people watching this who are in the exact same position or boat that I am. If that's you, I hope you'll come along. Over the next several weeks, we're going to gather paperwork. We're going to organize that paperwork. We're going to learn together. And hopefully by the end of this journey, retirement won't seem nearly as intimidating as it does today. Before I go, let me ask you one question. Which retirement personality are you? Have you been planning for years? Are you just getting started like me? Do you think you'll ever retire? Or have you already retired and earned some valuable lessons the hard way? Leave me a comment. I'd really like to hear your story. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me this morning. I'll see you next time on Road to Retirement. This is Daryl. Please like and subscribe, and until then, y'all take care.